Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another quarantine check-in. Basically, for the last few weeks, I've been really thinking about where I want my advocacy to go because I really don't want to stop, but I was getting tired of my previous style, I guess, and that was just sharing my experiences to mostly the general public, parents, and prospective parents in hopes to educate. But that started to shift because more adoptees have been finding my channel and wanting to connect and just wanting to say, thank you so much for reminding me that I'm not alone. And I wasn't seeking out adoptees before because I knew that a lot of what I talked about might be considered out of the fog or triggering and, hard to listen to as a fellow adoptee. So I didn't want to push that on any other adoptees, and I kind of just let you all find me in your own time. And now that you have, I really want to connect with you. And so I've started shifting my advocacy more towards just sharing what I've been going through and hoping that it reminds you that you're not alone, and maybe there's a 25-year-old adoptee here that can help you out or offer you some advice or just say, hey, you know what, this situation sucks for everybody and there's not much we can do about it, but I'm here supporting you and standing by you and we're in it together. So yeah, that's where I've been at. And for the people looking for education, the videos are still going to stay up. My Instagram is still up. And I really have been thinking there's been on my channel and my platforms almost 3 years of educational posts. I go through a ton of topics, so you just have to scroll through and search a little bit because a lot of the questions I get asked in my PMs and comments are things that I have discussed already. And then, of course, there are the thousands of others that are advocating as well and educating, and they're giving you scholarly articles, they're giving you the statistics. And so while I'm sharing my personal experience, there are others sharing a more objective academic platform. And so really there's a lot out there for you. You just have to kind of navigate and find some of it. But yeah, for the adoptees and really anyone watching, because my stuff is always going to be available to everyone, I'm just shifting who I'm directing my words towards. Adoptees, how are you doing during quarantine? I am okay. I'll try to move this so you can see what's going on. I've been hanging out with this girl a lot. And then Grant is somewhere. Is he below me? Oh yeah. Grant likes to sit under my desk, so let's see. Do you want to pop up? Yes. Hi. All right. Thank you for saying hi to the vlog or to the video. Now you can go back under. No. Go. So, yeah, quarantine for me has been okay. It's definitely been very stressful, as I'm sure it has been for everybody. And I think something that was really interesting for me to read, and it completely makes sense, was that adoptees have already had to live in this sort of survival traumatic mode because we were separated from our biological families for whatever reason. And no matter how amazing your adoptive life may be, there was still that initial separation, and that's very, very jarring to a young child or a baby. So our bodies are kind of going back to that survival mode. And for me, it was like my body already knew what it needed to do. And so leading up to quarantine, when I was still going to work and carrying out experiments, I was really, really anxious because I would get in the car and I was like, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is a really bad idea. I'm not helping to flatten the curve. And yet I'm posting for everyone to stay home and I feel like a hypocrite and I wasn't sleeping or anything. I was so anxious. And then as soon as we were told, you need to just stay home, put your experiments on hold until we say otherwise, I was like, okay, I can take a breath. And now I know that I can do the things that my body wants to do. And that's making sure that I'm safe and making sure I'm healthy, and then making sure everyone else is safe and healthy. And so, yeah, that's where I've been at. I'm still teaching. It's online and asynchronous, which makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I at first was really struggling with productivity. And I mean, I still am. It's really hard for me to work entirely from home, also because my job really doesn't allow for that. And so I was feeling really guilty about that, and I was really stressing about not getting enough done. And then I was talking to my peers and to my therapist, and they kept saying, like, Lily, this is not a normal situation. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You do not need to be working 9 to 6 every single day. It's okay for you to focus on other things. And that's when it really just clicked for me, because I was like, yeah, going to the grocery store is now a really time-consuming, energy-consuming task, because it's not just like, oh, let me go to the store and browse, and if I forget something, I can just go back. If I'm trying to limit my time outside and limit my time around people, then I need to make sure I have everything on the list. I need a backup plan if they don't have the items, because grocery stores are out of a lot of things. I need to make sure I bring my mask, my gloves. I need to make sure I have places to dispose of these things. And then, at least here where I am, they only let a certain amount of people in the store, so I have to take into account the amount of time I'm going to be waiting outside. And it's just this whole stressful process that wouldn't be like this in normal situations. So, adoptees, I'm with you. Everyone, really, I'm with you. I get it. I'm anxious. I'm stressed. I'm a lot less anxious and stressed now that I am able to stay at home and help flatten the curve. But, I mean, I guess what's helping me is honestly having some scheduled meetings and having a routine in my life. And you all know me, I love planning, and I will plan out my day, and it's okay if I don't do everything on the list, but I need to have something, because crossing off a to-do list is really nice. And by productivity, I don't even mean like, oh, I'm sitting and doing work. It could be like, okay, I'm going to do work for these 3 to 4 hours, and then the rest of the day I'm going to clean the apartment, I'm going to do laundry, I'm going to cook, I'm going to meal plan. But I need to have at least one small productive thing a day for me to feel okay, and for me to feel like there's some sort of normalcy in my life still. But yeah, quarantine has definitely been, I don't know, obviously something I've never experienced before. And I've been connecting a lot more with adoptees now, just because, one, I have the time, and two, I really need connection. And maybe that's because as a child, as a baby in an orphanage, away from biological parents, I was yearning for connection, and now that's something I really value in life. But also, humans just need connection. And so, yeah, I've been video chatting a lot, I've been texting a lot, and I am very thankful that I live in this apartment with my pets and with Adam, because if I was completely by myself, I do not think I'd be doing as well as I am. And it's just this weird, I don't know, it's like this weird place to be, because my family, they don't live with me, and it's bringing me back to like, hey, I'm not really sure when I'm going to see them again, when it's going to be safe to see them again. And that kind of parallels with my biological family. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to see them or know them. And so now having those two things together has added a lot of stress for me, because usually I would just have to worry about one of them, my biological family. I'm like, I know my parents can fly out here whenever. If I want to go home, they'll help me get home. But now we're like, well, we can't really do that. And as much as I would love to see my family right now, I know that's not safe. And that's like one of the things that annoys me so much when I still see people going to visit family and hang out with friends and stuff. I'm like, this is not a snow day. I don't know if any of you have seen those memes in the article, but we're supposed to be staying home and isolating to flatten the curve. And yeah, you might just go see one or two people, but they're going to go see one or two people, and then those people are going to go see one or two people, and it's a snowball effect. So yeah, we all got to do our part, and we got to struggle together, because if not, this is never going to end. But yeah, it's definitely this weird place to be, in that now I have two families. I'm kind of like, oh, when am I ever going to see you again? And I mean, realistically, I know that this quarantine will not last forever. I will see my family again, likely in a few months, but it's still like the adoptee brain is like kind of freaking out, like, oh my God, like what if I never see them again? So I don't know, that's where I've been at. And then how have I been coping with the stress and stuff? When I'm not in my productivity hours of the day, I just do whatever I want. I'm completely serious. There was one day where I just read the whole day. And I know a lot of people don't like reading, so please do not think that's me being productive. That's just me doing whatever I want. I've been rewatching Bones. So like there was a day where I just watched that for like 18 hours because I haven't been sleeping either. I'm into miniature house kits now, which if you've been watching my vlogs, you know that that's like a crafting thing, and you basically make a little miniature room or a miniature house that's this big, and you have to craft every single thing that goes in it. So I built all the furniture, I cut wire, I'm putting all the metal pieces together, and it's really therapeutic for me. I'll turn on a podcast, or I'll turn on like New Girl on Netflix, and I'll just sit there and craft. And of course I was sitting on the ground for like 12 hours, so now I have a huge knot in my back. But yeah, I'm just finding the little things that will make me happy and help me get through it. I'm not really working out. I was trying to do online stuff, but it's just like, it's a chore for me. And I just really don't like it. I don't like running outside, and especially now that we're all wearing masks, I'm really not going to go run outside. I do what I want. I've been baking some, which is huge because I don't cook really at all. And I always say it's because, you know, I'm in the lab and I'm kind of mixing things together and waiting a certain amount of time and then going to the next step. And I'm like, that's basically cooking. And when I get home, I don't want to do that. But now that I'm not doing experiments, I'm like, yeah, I need to mix stuff together. Like I gotta get something going. And so, yeah, I've been baking and cooking more, but I'm just, you know, I'm here, and even though my vlogs and my posts may seem like I'm doing amazing, I'm just kind of in the same boat as everyone else, and that some days are good and some days are bad. But with the help of my family and friends and therapy and all these other things that I've been doing, I've been managing to get through it. And so overall, I'm doing good. But I mean, there are definitely times where I'm just sitting on the couch like, we're never going to go outside again and I don't know what to do, or just really stressed about it. So yeah, I guess, you know, that's it. I'm just kind of in this survival mode and kind of now getting out of it and not thriving, but living a more normal and stable life in quarantine. And of course, all of this is going to change drastically again when we can go back outside and when we can go to work, because I got so used to this now. But yeah, I'll definitely post when that happens. Oh, has my hair been like that the whole time? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, adoptees, I'm there with you. I'm there in that survival mode. I'm there missing my family and my friends. I'm there kind of feeling alone and lost and anxious, but I'm here for you too, and I know you're here for me. So yeah, adoptees, you can always reach out to me. You can always ask for ideas of what to do when you're at home, or you can, I don't know, even suggest topics of what you want me to discuss or ask if I've experienced something, because yeah, I am now here for you, connecting with you and hoping that you're okay and standing by you and supporting you. And to everyone else watching, I'm supporting you too, and I'm encouraging you to continue learning and listening and trying to better this system that has so many flaws in it. But yeah, I'm just now not doing as much education. So I think that's it for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave comments open just because I've turned comments off on all of my advocacy videos. But if you are an adoptee who has found me on my other platforms and stuff, you can try DMing me or commenting on like Instagram or Facebook. I'm just, really closing down how many messages I open and respond to, because a lot of it is from people who find my work and they want more information, but it just is forcing me to be vulnerable again and relive things that I don't really want to relive because I already made a video about it or I already made a blog post about it, and I just don't really have the energy to respond to all of those things, even if it is just, hey, check out this video, because usually that opens it up for follow-up questions. So yeah, adoptees, try to reach out to me if you want, and I will try to filter and get back to you. But I hope you're doing okay. Know that there is an end in sight, but that end is only if we all do our part and try to flatten the curve. And I think I'm going to maybe do an adoptee Zoom session next, or maybe another YouTube live. But if so, let me know what you want me to talk about. My life is pretty much in my apartment now, so yeah. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.